Hi, it's Mandy from Little People Nutrition. In today's video, we're talking about focusing on the bigger picture of nutrition in children and dealing with rejection of foods. There is a lot of pressure on parents and educators to feed children a nutritionally balanced meal, every meal of every day. Our role as adults in children's lives is to provide a variety of whole food options. We also need to respect the appetite of the children and not extend any pressure to the mealtime occasion. As the adult, we also need to remind ourselves to remain focused on the child's long-term relationship with food and how that will develop healthy eating practices, rather than what they did or didn't eat in one specific meal. But I know it can become very frustrating and stressful when they start rejecting foods. In that second year of life with little kids, even a very well-eating bubba can turn and start rejecting once loved foods and become irregular with their hunger or eating patterns. One day they love fried polenta, the next they throw it on the floor. One day they eat 6 spinach and pea frittatas, the next they eat 1 pea and half a carrot. There are many reasons as to why children eat this way, and some of these include that after the first year, a toddler's growth dramatically slows down. They come off a steep curve and they simply don't require the same amount of energy as they did in the first year of growth. Another reason is that children are developmentally expressing their desires about what they do and don't like. Food is included in that. Another reason is that often around this age group, toddlers are entering daycare and are exposed to more snotty noses and illness. When unwell, often a babe is less hungry. Another reason is that the world of children can be very stimulating, and food is part and parcel of that. Regular routines and rhythms, including meal times, are important for their sense of security and also focus on the activity at hand, the meal in this occasion. Some days, a child is hungry, and some days they are not. We need to stop thinking about their whole nutrition based on one meal, let alone one day. Weekly intake and even monthly are perhaps more relevant for toddlers and preschoolers. Another example is that children don't need to eat complicated meals. Simplicity and exploration are key. Thankfully, no food or ingredient is essential to our diet as humans, as food is made up of a multitude of macro and micronutrients. And that is why the importance should be placed on a variety of foods and food groups to be able to consume a variety of nutrition, such as eating a rainbow. So if a child does not eat meat for 3 months, that's okay. They can obtain macro and micronutrients from a wide range of foods, such as legumes, pulses, eggs, nuts, whole grains, dairy foods, for instance. And if a child isn't eating any vegetables, that's okay. They can still obtain key micronutrients and macronutrients from, say, fruit. Of course, that doesn't mean we stop offering the foods they have rejected or are not eating. They still need to be in play at mealtime, be that on the family table, the kindy table, offered to them on a learning or safe plate on the side, or even their main plate amongst other currently eaten foods. It is also important to not make a fuss about whether they have or haven't eaten that particular food. We don't want to allocate any emotion around the food or single it out. For an 18-month or even 3-year-old, the reason behind the rejection of food could be because of, well, anything. It is also crucial to not offer them separate meals, especially if there are foods on offer that they do eat. If there are sensory or developmental conditions going on, then this is a completely different matter. But for an otherwise healthy child, offering them a special meal or a jam sandwich or nuggets, for instance, sets up a cycle that's really difficult to get out of. So if a little one is rejecting once eaten foods or isn't eating much that day, stop and reflect about their eating pattern over the day, week, and even month, and look for trends. Plug in the gaps with a variety of foodie fun and variety of foods and keep moving forward. Food with little ones can be trying, but if we focus on the long-term goal, the individual meals and days do eventually paint a picture of whole food variety and health. Thanks so much for watching.